Now it's time for Tony to do something.
All right, so where is it going from here? We already used one of those cards. Neighbor wanders into the situation, would have worked there.
What, the neighbor to the scrapyard?
Yeah.
The Orange Grove owner?
Yeah. All right, so Booker is out there. What is it? Where is he at? Where is he at?
That's the thing. You have suspicions that something not quite right went down in there. You know there's a doppelganger. Obviously, I think you and Bill Turner. Isn't there a famous cowboy? Never mind.
It sounds like a very obvious name, but I don't...
What I'm wondering about is, like, which bodies do they bring out of that place?
That's the thing.
Because that would be the only other indicator. I wonder if, like, I could go
there's
back
a whole
to
bunch... Well, no,
this.
there's not a whole bunch of bodies, but, like, the skin has been stripped off of, some bones or whatever, and they have to run
That's
DNA
possible.
tests. And unlike in television, they're not going to get those back in 3 days.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 4. So they're not going to come back within the time period of this game, I hope.
Yeah. So I'm in the morgue, and I'm looking over just a whole bunch of bones and, like, sucked out, like, bodies and all sorts of nastiness. Just trying to figure it out, because they're the only clothes around are for the deputy, but not for the sheriff. As well as
Sheriff
Edgar.
is wearing Edgar's wearing the sheriff's clothes along with
That's
his
what I'm
skin.
saying. Like the sheriff's clothes are gone, the deputy's clothes are there. That's the only indicator. But we've got another body, and we're not sure who it is.
I thought we just assumed it was the original Edgar.
That's what people are assuming, but that's not what I'm assuming. I'm sitting there looking all gruff and wondering what's...
There would be an extra body. There maybe even there's some unaccounted for bodies, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which is would make sense, right? If I'm not actually the sheriff.
And if that mothership has been like where you've been staying for a little while, like
there's
you've ever all the bones and stuff in there. So
What if-
let's say there's 4 bodies that are on different slabs in there. Most of them are just bones, and we're just trying to figure it out.
How many alter perceptions does this thing have?
I don't know. It's
Okay.
been here
It's been around for a long time. It's been
It hasn't
around-
been in this town for forever. Because
yeah, assuming you jumped, you've been wandering around a bit, so it's been here for at least a year plus, I would say.
Okay.
Maybe.
So somehow I picked up the trail, but I had found it originally, and it got away, and it's been sitting here.
Well, remember, Robert came and basically took you out of the situation because you were suspicious and traveled through time, and then you returned to the place when all this stuff is going down.
Yeah, that's right, too.
I don't think I came here initially, though. It's not like...
No, you couldn't get your search on immediately because Robert had to, like, sort of smuggle you away
Yeah.
a bit. So there's some time, a decent chunk of time has passed. This thing has been nesting for a while, I guess.
Okay.
So there could be a bit of a string of bodies, yes.
All right, now we've got to have something that actually happens in the scene other than me looking angry over a bunch of bodies.
I don't know. That's pretty good. Just do that for an hour. Rude, damn it.
That's a negative outcome to that scene.
I could come
The
walking
audience
down the
loses.
stairs.
Yeah, could bring you back into the scene. You come and just look at it.
Oh, one of those, like, tense, just like, I know you know and you know I know, but I don't know that you know that I know scenes.
You know?
Yeah, that one. So you walk down the stairs and you see me looking at everything. What's your reaction?
Well, I'm like, huh?
Mighty
Sure is a
peculiar.
damn pity, isn't it? All these bodies. What's your take on this?
I was trying to line something up. I'm sorry.
Yes, it surely is.
It's
I'm over here in the corner.
weird thing how old some of these bodies are, how clean they are. I only see that whenever there's a lot of bugs involved, whenever something's been dead for a long, long time.
Guess
How
Edgar
long do you
was a
think
bit
this
of a...
problem's been happening in this town?
Here's that Edgar's been a bit of a serial killer for quite some time, doesn't it? He seemed like the nicest, quietest person.
Funny that you would say that, with you being the sheriff and not seeing it the whole time.
I never claimed to be good at my job. Just at politics. No, I probably don't say that.
I'm pointing out that,
Yes.
yes, it might be a
I mean,
little
that would be...
inconsistent.
Okay, I'll take a different tone slightly of, just can't believe we didn't see it. He was under our nose that entire time.
So you have a serial killer and you don't call the FBI, you don't call any state agency, you don't even get CSI vans in here?
Serial killer. We had a scrapyard, Booker. This is the first we're seeing of any bodies.
And the FBI's already here.
And you're here as far as...
What about the missing persons reports? You just let 4 of them slide?
Well, there weren't. That's a good question. Would there be any? Has he been running around filling in enough time as these people?
There's been missing people. And there would be probably a few.
Not if he's been donning these suits and appearing just long enough to be noticed.
Yeah, let's say these people were sort of on the fringes. You know.
Like some hobos and stuff.
Or he could have just grabbed,
Also, we don't know who these people are.
Don't.
Yeah.
But
You
Tony's
have
trying to
old
work.
bones.
Tony's trying to work the case.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out exactly what...
He's like, I haven't had any missing persons reports. Maybe these were drifters.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, maybe he just killed hobos.
I don't know why I love the word hobo so much.
That's a great word. Yep.
So other than Bill Turner, have you had anyone new come up in town?
We have not, sir. This is a closed community, and we look after our own.
I'm giving you a red die, Tony.
You give Tony a red die?
I feel like this isn't going to end that well for him. I don't see how he's going to get what he wants out of this scene.
That's fair enough. Can we throw this card in here somewhere?
Literally? In this scene, I don't know who the neighbor is going to be. Even the coroner could show up, but I mean,
that's what I'm
wanders
thinking.
into the situation. I thought was a little bit more exciting than just sort of like happens to be there while 2 characters are talking.
They can't all be gunfights and exploding heads.
They can all be gunfights.
Sometimes there's surreptitious looks and.
It needs to be more consequential than just the guy
All right,
just wander by.
Subject, and I ask, so what exactly happened in that house, and why is your deputy dead?
Booker, well, I don't like you, but you're law enforcement. You know as well as I do that if I could have saved that deputy's life, I would have. All I know is Edgar went off on a tear. He's probably some sort of meth-headed drug needle addict. And I went in front, deputy went in back, and I lost track of Edgar and the pile of newspapers and rubbish that's all over his house, and I heard gunfire, and the deputy went down.
So how did Edgar's corpse get like this within just a few moments of you entering? And I point at the bones with like barely any meat left on them.
How do you know?
Who says that's Edgar's corpse, big guy?
Well, I assume...
Edgar, I assume, ran for the hills. Wouldn't you run in that situation? Or do they not run in the big city where you're from?
We have cars, you know. We have drones.
They jog, sir.
They have drones.
You really don't need cardio when you've got drones.
I can tell, Tubby.
Okay, I feel like we've gotten the point of this scene.
This is verbal sparring. This is what we wanted.
Yes, okay. Is it going somewhere, though? Or are we wrapping this up? I feel like it has gone badly for Tony.
I mean, I'm jousting all of his parries. Or that made no sense. I'm parrying all of his thrusts to the best of my ability. Is that going wrong for him?
Yes.
Is that what that red die means?
Yes. I think so.
I get pissed off and I tell you, like, I'll be watching you, Sheriff. I don't trust what's happening here.
And I'll be watching you, Booker. I don't trust what
watch you.
I try and make some witty comment. I'm like, you're not the you who I think I am. Yeah. Damn it.
I am really not good at this.
I'm bad at my job.
You think after so many years of impersonating other people.
Can I throw in a... because I'm... Okay, so if we sort of actually come back onto the rails a bit, I do still need to get the damn thing out of Ethel's house?
No, I think that you had taken it to...
okay, I got it somehow over there?
House, yeah.
Yeah, whenever you were, taking her over and in her house, you got what you needed.
So you're, I'll be at the crime scene or whatever trying to
it's like, don't you think about interfering in my crime scene either.
It's like, until you have proof that those guys were from across state lines, this is still my investigation.
I have to get some sort of authorization.
No, you have to wait for the DNA test to come back and prove that there was somebody from across state lines.
So I gotta, wait 3 weeks in a crappy motel before I can do it.
That doesn't actually work, because the whole reason he's here is because the MO of the exploded head murderer...
Oh, I'm sorry.
...across state lines. That was good.
This is obviously not the exploded head murderer, though. That's a different case.
The deputy's head exploded!
Oh, okay, never mind.
What else do you want?
Then that needs to come in as well. That needs... I forgot about the deputy's head exploding, but that needs to be
I could ask, This doesn't look like a shotgun wound, like on the report.
I didn't ask. You're a terrible, terrible FBI man. The guy's head's blown off, and you're just like, so, how big is your town?
Oh my!
No one
sounds
does their job.
All right, is this scene over? Like I thought I watched.
Oh no, that's not. It ends poorly because it never ends. We're stuck down here making bad verbal jousting at each other. Yeah, so I guess I could end with some sort of not resolved, but lots of ramped up tension, and me trying to get a hold of the control of the crime scene.
And you do get control of the crime scene somehow. You pull some technicality or something. You say like, you don't have your paperwork in order.
It's my deputy or something like that.
Yeah,
sure. One more scene each, people.
Okay, it's your turn, Joe.
Is this heading into like a? I mean, I guess with the cards we're using, it makes sense. I just did not see like a crappy flying saucer lifting off scene coming in the story at all, and now it seems to be where it's going, and it just isn't what I was expecting.
Well, no, it's not a crappy flying saucer lifting off scene. It's a crappy flying saucer coming to Earth, searching for its lost brother scene.
Same difference. I didn't see a crappy flying saucer involved in this at all. I saw more shootouts and time travel.
It could be a flying triangle. They have those too. Listen to Coast AM.
Do they?
With that, you
Yeah.
didn't see it coming.
Yeah, they're usually accepted to be experimental military aircraft. That they stole the alien technology, but instead of putting it into a circle, they put it into a triangle.
Oh,
because that's how the military hates circles. Famously.
Yes, and loves triangles. And I was watching something on YouTube about how the moon is fake. It's a hologram. It's awesome. It was so good.
That's some David Icke stuff.
Oh, but is his name not Icky?
I've heard it both ways.
Okay. Well, Joseph, it's your scene.
I know. I'm thinking.
I would assume you were back at the homestead, frantically repairing the thing to let
That's
your
where
guys.
I was going.
Okay.
Although I also was thinking about this last card we got to work in.
I think it should be a neighbor who's a conspiracy nut.
Oh.
Where does innocence fit in?
What's that?
What do you mean? He's not. He's just some guy. He's just has some weird theory about or maybe he's just mad about he has some property dispute with Edgar.
But where does the innocence fit in?
What do you
Because
mean?
he's an innocent guy about to get murdered.
Innocence just means he didn't do anything wrong.
All right. I thought it would be more of a proving. Wait a minute. Hang on. Is it though? Where's the damn tilt?
What, you want a 3-year-old?
I thought
just wandering.
I thought the wording of
puppy.
tilt was a little more intricate, and I just jotted down something quick.
No, the one category was innocence, and then the
category is innocence. A neighbor wanders into the situation.
Yeah. Well, what you're on about?
I thought innocence had to be. I thought those were two specifics, but it's a general and a specific. I understand now. I was in the wrong.
Okay.
I'll faithfully rummage around in my spaceship, in my tire yard, banging on things, bang, 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 bang.
Got that chandelier out.
Owning a conspiracy theorist walks up to your ship. It's like, I knew it.
Is this really what that scene is? Then I just blow up his head, and then we're done?
If you want to.
That's not what I want at all!
I was just trying to make a suggestion on what the neighbor could be like. Do what you want to do.
Okay, first off, I've decided if I'm setting up the scene or resolving the scene. And I'm back at the scrapyard. Okay, I'm setting it up. I'm back at the scrapyard, tire yard. I've gone into my fake junk pile that's really just like a covering for my crappy flying saucer, and I'm tinkering around in the crystal radio room or whatever the hell. Lots of 70s glowing tubes and stuff. And I finally get it glowing. How's that? I actually get the transponder. Yes.
Oh, I love this. You're got a little montage of you working there. I don't know, maybe you take off the back of one of your skins, so all the weird stuff is showing out the back of back of your head because it's more comfortable that way for you as an alien.
I take off my skin and hang it by the door.
Something like that. I don't know.
I like that. No, and there's 5 other skins hanging there.
Or fill the floor so it's all dry iced.
And there's a bunch of other skins hanging up.
Okay.
Like it's my wardrobe.
Yes.
Yeah.
just like in Alien Ate My Homework.
But you don't quite see me, as all good horror movies have done. We are not just showing a front shot of the monster building a radio, because that would be freaking stupid. We have side shots, and we sort of see it
in the shadows.
Yeah.
The lighting is weird.
Because people, once you have a monster doing something mundane, the monster becomes much less scary. So you have to keep him in shadows during this scene. Otherwise, it's just a guy working on a car who happens to be able to blow up your head.
Okay, yes. Thank you for the film class, Joseph.
Hey, you know what? We got to bring that sometimes. It's very important, like my opera lessons and the other thing we did.
So a neighbor wanders in. Who is innocent?
It's playing. The opera starts playing.
Like they heard the banging or something, or like maybe the glowing reached out a little bit, like the whole pile started to glow because you're getting it ready, and like the spaceship is gonna show up in any second.
This guy wanders into a crime scene.
He's literally the thing started to glow, like the nosy, I want to say the nosy like lady next door, right? Like
wanders into the crime scene.
Sort of, yeah. She's in her
I'm bucking this scene being the neighbor. If you haven't noticed, I'm going for literally just me firing up the radio. We've got my skin suit wardrobe. You see that I'm something really fucked up underneath. It's confirmation for the audience also that I'm not actually the sheriff. That's still a possibility. And, the blue crystal lights up and starts beep, 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 and then I get a return signal. Burp, 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 beep, 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 burp, 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 beep, burp, beep. And that's enough of a scene for me, to be honest. Although I just set up and ended it. Do I get a return signal, I guess, is the, yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously.
We've got contact with the mothership, and it's well, I guess do they speak English? I hate when that happens, but I don't know how else you get across.
No, it's just subtitled.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter. It's not a real movie.
Well, I don't like that trope. Yeah, and it's like, please come get me. I'm very lonely. And the mothership's like, all right, we're on our way. We found you now. Why did you time travel? And I'm like, I don't know. Nothing about this makes sense.
My time travel machine broke. That was a...
What do we have? I don't know. This thing is a time traveling alien, which is an odd. It seems like you'd only pick one for a story. But there we are. It's like we're bringing all the fleets to come get you.
Are you criticizing Doctor Who?
Is that what Doctor Who is?
He's a time traveling alien, yes. That is literally all that is.
Wow.
Doesn't much look like an alien.
He has 2 hearts, sir.
You can't see that. Unless his blood moves really fast.
He can get shot in one and he's still okay. I've used that as a plot point several times.
Does his blood move really fast?
No.
He could probably have like a 24 resting heart rate.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Really high blood pressure?
Point being...
Questions need answers, Albert.
Does he have 4 lungs?
I have somewhere to be after 3:30. Come on. I didn't realize this was going to take an hour and a half to record just Act 2. I thought we were going to get in the aftermath.
We can. All right, fine. Well, I wanted to end this. All right, so the aliens are coming to get me. I've got my escape route.
Okay.
I got a white die, and that's all good.
All right, so my scene, I was going to say, I'm still like, you did, like, when you were out with him, you went to the morgue to kind of like smooth things over with Robert Booker, but while you were doing that, I was actually snooping around. I found you're
the neighbor.
No, I'm not a neighbor.
Go with it.
Okay, fine. Whatever, man.
We have 2 more scenes to work this neighbor card in.
I found like the control panel, and I didn't know what was going on, but like, I know where it is. I know how to get inside now. Maybe because you left it open, or it's not actually that hard to get in. Who knows?
Because why would they make their door mechanisms overly complicated? It's probably just a button to open and a button to close it, if you're being perfectly honest.
So I know how buttons work now because I'm in the future.
This is true.
And I get in there and I look around, but I don't have any info. So I leave and I'm hiding in the bushes. And I see you go.
A lot of bushes around this scrapyard.
It's a scrapyard. There are bushes around it.
I have to say, factually speaking, the scrapyards I've seen in real life do not have bushes.
I'm hiding behind a pile of scrap then. I'm hiding.
That's a much better choice than throwing a random bush into the scrapyard.
And I'm on the horn with Robert Booker, who actually had texted me when you were with me, because that was a whole ploy that we had going on. You called me. I'm sorry. You called Tony called Sheriff McGruffin into the thing so that I could sneak in the background and get into the try to figure out what was really going on at the homestead. Let's not question the logic of that too much, because this might not actually make that much sense.
No.
Oh, you could be looking for something, you could be looking for a way back to your own time in there.
That's possible.
Or proof that you're not insane and there actually is a giant alien ship.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true too.
So I get on the horn to Robert Booker, and about the time that I am telling him he's, there's the junk is glowing. This is clearly not okay. I found his alien base. We need to call everybody, the army or whatever, because this thing is going to go down. We're going to start seeing lights in the sky. And just about that time, who shows up behind me? Sheriff McGuffin. And bonks me on the head.
Really?
And you gave me a red die. I was trying to think of the worst thing that could happen.
Could blow your head up.
Okay, how does that work?
Why do I keep you alive?
He wants a snack for the ride home?
All right, so I'm in the middle of saying you need to get here now, and my head explodes.
No. I like you coming into the spaceship. I just... maybe it's... Okay. Okay. I bring you into the spaceship. I think something with the time travel. But I think because you're from the past, I need you. How's that?
Okay. I was actually thinking
I need
my past energy.
Yeah, something like that.
You need some kind of an artifact to close the loop.
Yes.
Or you just plan to throw them to the moon whenever you're out there, just blow them out the airlock.
Once I'm at the moon, yes. But the engine won't start because
moon,
it needs
it's
a
not real, guys.
1950s blood, the hologram of the moon, where the Illuminati is controlling us all from.
How are they sitting in the hologram?
I don't know. So it doesn't look like a space station. I don't know.
All right, so I calmly hang up the phone and call everybody. Everyone. And basically that's how the scene ends, is that there's going to be a massive influx of people coming.
Is this your scene now, Tony?
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess I give you a white die, because that's all we have left, and you have called the cavalry.
That die's wild.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How do I make it?
Say it's white.
I was going to say, I still say it's white. I feel like he's done really well for himself in this particular scene.
So,
all right. So, cut to the outside of the spaceship. Your spaceship is starting to rumble. It's starting to shake off the garbage that's over it.
Bill Turner's impaled on some weird fuel rod inside, dripping his blood into the engine.
Still alive, though.
Still alive.
Seeping into the tubes.
Be still alive. Still alive.
I'm the first car that shows up there, followed by state troopers.
Squealing tires in
the
the
dirt.
dirt.
Start hearing little drones flying over the top and helicopters coming, black
Sure,
helicopters.
my girlfriend smacks his split lips. Well, I could do with a snack before I leave. He smells the burning rubber.
You just see him grabbing a few tires and dragging them into the ship right before I pull up.
No, his ship is not going to take off, let's be real. It can shake around and stuff, but this is actually the transmission happening.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's the beacon.
Oh,
it's opening the portal for the other ship to come through, into our dimension, because it's in the shadow dimension and it has to break through into our dimension.
Sure.
Yeah.
Pan-dimensional being style. The black helicopters are coming. Vans are coming out of nowhere. It's like in most movies where nobody knows where all this extra FBI help came from. But all of a sudden, there's shock troops with guns pointed at it, and there's just all sorts of stuff surrounding the UFO now.
And then the neighbor one.
You were the innocent neighbor. I told you we had to squeeze that in there.
All right. In the orange grove next door, the neighbor just walks outside. He's yelling, "I knew it! I always knew it!
No, he's yelling,
I always knew that there were aliens!" He's just running out, and he's holding on to his tinfoil hat, trying to keep it on his head as he's running towards it.
And he gets hit by a car. One of the FBI vehicles screeches up and just knocks him across the road.
Like, seriously, he's like airborne for like 28 feet, and he lands on a fence post that goes through the middle of him.
Why is this happening?
Because he was an innocent neighbor. The last thing he sees is just up in the sky above is the other ship.
And he whispers, I knew it.
He just coughs a little blood. And it's like, I was right.
We let the aftermath decide the rest of this?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I think that's what the aftermath does, right? Like,
you can wrap it up a little more and then have like the closing montage.
I think we should have we should save that for the aftermath. For one thing, because we're out of die.
Yes. All right, these cancel out.
I guess I will roll mine.
Oh, that was a bad roll. Although I got the one that was,
I don't even remember how the dice work on the aftermath.
Same way, you add them up and figure out which high you have.
Okay, so you subtract your low, you add your lows together, and then subtract your high, or vice versa. So I have 8 minus 2 is 6.
I got 0 because 1, 3, and 2.
Wow,
that's amazing. That's wonderful.
Although, like, isn't one of those dice supposed to be wild?
No, it's wild for us to decide when we give it to you. That's locked.
Yeah, we gave it. Yeah, we gave you a good ending.
Yeah, a good ending.
That's
whenever I get
really gonna fuck up Tony.
What are you doing?
That?
What do you?
All right, we got to figure out who is. Okay, so I got a black 3.
Okay.
What'd you get, Al?
I got a red 6.
Red
or
6.
Black 6, so, whatever.
Well, shit. Hang on. I guess we just go to our final point. I think you're supposed to divvy it up if one person is supposed to have like the high white, one person is supposed to have the high black, but everyone is just. Whew. All right. Who wants to go first?
I need a moment.
We'll start with Al. Black 6.
Yeah. How does that work exactly?
Black 6 to 7. Pathetic. You'll suffer. Oh dear God, will you suffer? And everyone will know your malfeasance, your stupidity, your lack of common sense and decency. You're probably going to be locked up too. Yours almost just wrote itself.
Okay, well, yeah, so my character, I think just like, you know what? So I can't die.
No, death is way higher up on the,
Like I'm better, death would be better than this?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, so I spend die to have for each thing that I do, right?
You just take one of the dice that end up in front of you and say, this is my character doing something.
Okay, this is my character. Oh, I know. Suck through to the alien spaceship in the vortex as the shadow zone opens up. And I open my eyes as I'm... What?
Technically, we would pass. You do one die, then Tony does one die.
I was going to say, it's Tony's turn.
From your pile. We resolve
okay.
your pile first. But we each get a chance to say something.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
All right, so you're being sucked into the vortex.
Yeah, I'm on the alien spaceship now, in the shadow zone.
It's a pathetic ending, keep in mind.
As soon as you get sucked into the ship, you find yourself in a tube staring at the rest of the aliens with their freaky, horrible faces and everything else.
And I think they, for whatever reason that your blood was good for fuel, I think they keep you alive and harvest your blood for fuel for the rest of your life.
And also they have the key to immortality, so I'm just stuck there forever.
Mm-hmm. Tony!
In a tube. That's great. Oh, what an uplifting ending. This is going to win an Oscar.
Oh, no, Tony. 0. The worst thing in the universe.
Yeah.
This probably doesn't include death, since death would be way better than whatever this is. Be creative and don't settle for the first worst thing that comes to mind. There's something darker, more awful, more wretched in there somewhere. So, start us off, Tony.
All right. So whenever I see that you're being sucked away, I'm trying to stop everything. So I run and I jump directly into the tractor beam that's pulling up the ship and find that I'm now suspended between, but not exactly in, and some weird stuff starts happening with my body.
You find yourself in 2 different time zones, time frames. You're in the Old West, and you're in the present, and you get fired in both of them. And you lose your family and your career and your wits and you're absolutely completely bonkers.
I feel like my ending is worse than this.
No, you
have 2 more die left.
Okay. In despair over all of the things that have gone bad, Tony commits suicide, but finds that killing himself doesn't actually end his life. It just, like, relegates him to, like, a torment in the Shadow Zone.
Essentially, inside the Shadow Zone, I'm falling eternally, naked, with a giant bullet wound in my face that just keeps on leaking for some reason. For all eternity, to tumble into nothingness.
Reliving the moment of your death over and over and over again.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Joseph.
All right, those cancel out. So I've got a black 3. Harsh. Shit in a bag harsh. A lifetime of medication harsh. A big black cloud of hurt is going to rain all over you. The things you need to happen are not going to. Simple as that. That's interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Because no one came even close to a white ending.
Okay, so... yeah, so, like, maybe the aliens saw, like, I came through and that was actually all that they needed. Like, to move on out of the Shadow Zone. They're like, no, we don't need this MacGuffin guy anymore.
Well...
Nobody ever liked him anyway.
Yeah, I mean, why was I exiled to begin with? All right, so
you could have been a fugitive.
I'm just
and now
saying
that
you were on
sure.
a mission to maybe get more, like, get more fuel, blood.
or you're a fugitive, and the only way to get off planet was to basically put out a desperation call to get picked up.
Or the wrong ship picked me up, in my mind. Like, I was looking
that's a
for
good
the
one.
red guys, and the blue team picked me up.
I like that.
And I get sucked in, and I'm like, all right! And I turn around, and instead of, like, my weird red sort of alien, literally alien-looking body, it's, like, green blobs.
Okay.
Ish looking bobbies, and I'm immediately just like, oh, shit. That's my die.
You are press ganged into a war against your own people. To fight on this battleship in the war against your own species.
Tony.
The way that happens is they breed a new green blob to put over you that is in complete control of your body, but you just kind of float as you're slowly digested over like 600 years.
I thought they just made you, like, man the battle stations or whatever, because that's happened in actual history. I don't know why there has to be, like, a mind control blob, but okay. I like the idea of the mind control blob a little bit, because it's sort of tormenty.
Well, I like the digesting a lot. And again, I'm a powder monkey. I'm in, like, the gunship of the fleet, like, restocking the lasers in just the worst conditions possible as, like, my fingers slowly get eaten away by acid of the blob. Trying to fight the entire time, like basically screaming the entire time, but also controlled. And Al, you get to give the final. And I'm really hungry.
I was gonna say the war ends and your side loses, and the best thing that you can hope for is to be digested faster.
But he's not going to be digested faster because the blob is in captivity. And his metabolism slows down from inactivity.
Wow.
That's fun. The aftermath is fun.
That's the best part of the story. Everything went wrong.
Boy, did I not see that coming.
I thought that, like, things were going to be a little better than that, honestly.
I also thought this was going to end in, like, a shootout with a sheriff. I did not see the alien ships coming in to the extent that they did.
I feel really bad for the neighbor. Or Stan.
Like, are you kidding me? His
Everybody
ending is,
loves
like,
Stan.
Disney-esque compared to ours. That's a happy ending.
True, he had his beliefs confirmed.
Yeah, and then he died quickly.
And that is our first experiment with Fiasco.
That's pretty good. I like that.
I think we need to do another one sometime, but maybe a different place.
We'll be a little bit better on the rules. I'm sure we screwed some things up, but we will be getting better at this game every time we try it.
Hopefully eventually somebody will have a good ending. They weren't kidding when they talked about Fargo. Jeez.
Or also definitely understand why more of one die is better. Because you can go higher up on the... doesn't matter which color you are. If you just get high up there...
I know, but there's no way to, like, manipulate other people into giving you other kind of die.
I started screwing people over during the end there to try and mix up the dice.
Yeah.
I should have had a good ending. The odds of me getting 6 with 3 dice and a 6 on the red dice have been pretty damn small.
It's very true. Yeah,
anyway.
You got 3 white and 1 red. Yeah, and black 13 and white 13 are fantastic and awesome. Fan-fucking-tastic and awesome. It's interesting.
We'll see you guys later. We'll do other,
Thanks for listening.
either other storytelling things or more Fiasco. at some point on this channel. Check it out. It'll be awesome.
Like, subscribe, and like.
And subscribe.
And sometimes share.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one.